For the pop quiz, just follow along, check your answers, and if you need to make corrections, please do. On this first one, we just have to solve for p, find the inequality for p. So I rewrite, I know I have to add 8 to each side. I rewrite that again, 10p is greater than or equal to 20. Divide each side by 10. And then p is greater than or equal to 2. Looking at our answers, -1 is not greater than 2 or equal to. Neither is 0, neither is 1. But 2 is, but be careful because 3 also is. For this next one, I need to get the t's by themselves, so I am going to subtract 50 from each side. So I will get -8t is greater than 40. Now I have to divide by -8 on this side. Since I'm dividing by negative, I'm going to have to flip the sign around, and that just gives me t by itself, and 40 divided by -8 is -5. So if t is less than -5, I just circle the -5 because it doesn't include the t, and everything less than that. As we did in class, 7 less than 1/6 of a number is at most 45. At most would be, it's going to be less than or equal to 45. And then 7 less than 1/6 of a number, well, 1/6 of a number is just 1/6 x, or 1/6 x, and it's going to be 7 less than that. So 7 less than that. And it's going to be at most 45, so we just add 7 to each side. We get 52. And then I'm going to have to multiply by 6/1, because I'm going to flip-flop that, so that I get x times 6/1. And it's 312. So x is going to be less than or equal to 312. So for this one, number 4, we need to get rid of that 3. We're taking 3 away from each side. It's going to be -4x is less than or equal to 24. I subtract each side by -4, and that's going to be x, and I have to switch the sign. So x is greater than -6. I find -6. -6, it's greater than or equal to, so it's closed, and it's greater than that. People found this one kind of tricky, but it's really not bad at all. I am going to rewrite it to -2/3 x is greater than, since I'm multiplying, I have to change that mixed number into an improper fraction. That is just 3 times 2 plus 1 more, so it's 7/2. To get rid of this -2/3, I'm going to have to multiply by -3/2. I multiply the other side by -3/2. That gets rid of that. X is, and since I multiplied it by a negative, I'm going to have to flip the sign, and that becomes -21/4. And if you do simplify that, it's x is less than -5 1/4. People found this one a little bit trickier too. 3 times the sum of half Carlita's age and 3 is at least 12. So I know it's at least 12. So that means it's going to be greater than or equal to 12. So it's at least 12. To figure out this, it's 3 times, so it's probably 3 times the sum of Carlita's age and 3. So sum means addition. So Carlita's age, let's call it C. The sum of that and 3 is at least 12. So then I get 3C plus 9 is greater than or equal to 12. Subtract 9 from each side. I get 3C is greater than or equal to 3. And it turns out to be Divide each side by 3. I get C is greater than or equal to 1. And that's fine. What's greater than or equal to 1 would be 2 or 1. So it's just greater than 1. To graph the solution, it's just C is greater than or equal to 1. I just have to find 1. Close circle, and greater than that. For number 2, I'm actually just going to use the one that they have. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute. So I get 8x plus 8 plus 12 is going to be greater than 100. I need to combine terms. So these go together, the regular numbers. So it's 8x plus 20 is greater than 100. Subtract 20 from each side. So then I get 8x is greater than 80. Divide each side by 8. I get x is greater than 10. And I just have to find one. X is greater than 10. It is that one, 8. For the next one, I'll do the same thing. Just use this. So I'll distribute first. I get negative 2z plus negative 10. And I'm actually going to change that. And I'll change it to minus 10 plus 20 is greater than 6. Combine these two, so I get negative z plus 10, because I'm going to combine a negative 10 and a 20, is greater than 6. I'm going to subtract 10 from each side. I get negative 2z is greater than negative 4. I subtract each side by negative 2. Since I had to divide by a negative, the sign switches, and I have z is going to be less than 2. For this one, there's no really quick, easy way to do this. So I'm going to just rewrite it and work it through. So I've rewritten it. I need to distribute that. So I'll rewrite 3r plus 24r plus 14 is less than or equal to 5r minus 8. So I have to put these two together. I get 27r plus 14 is greater than or equal to 5r minus 8. I'm going to get rid of these r's, the 5 r's over there, and I'll subtract 5 r's from here. I get 22r plus 14 is going to be less than or equal to negative 8. Get rid of this negative 8, or negative 14, I'm sorry. I get 22r is going to be less than or equal to negative 22. Divide each side by 22. I get r is less than or equal to negative 1. Look over here. There's the negative 1, negative 1. It's less than it, so it's got to be going that way, so it must be this one. Even though I did this one all together, we'll do it again. Janae and Jerome each have M marbles. So it wants us to put those two together. Gwen has 4 times M plus 2, the quantity of that, marbles. And then they say John has 8M plus 4 marbles, but he says if John has more marbles than Janae, Jerome, and Gwen combined, we could add those together, which I did. And how many marbles would they have? He has more, so his is more than, and his is 8M plus 4. So I'm going to solve for M. And this gives me, I'll distribute first. I get 4M plus 8. So M plus 4M plus 8 is less than, 8M plus 4. Put them all together, I get 6M plus 8 is greater than 8m plus 4. I'm going to, a couple ways to do it. I usually try to get the m's on the side and make them positive, get the variables, but I'll just take it away from this side. So 8m, I'm going to subtract 8m, I get negative 2m plus 8 is less than 4. I'm going to subtract 4 from each side. I'm sorry, 8 from each side. Negative 2m is less than negative 4. So I'm going to divide each side by negative 2, and dividing it by negative 2, I have to switch the sign. So I switch that over. And negative 4 divided by negative 2 is actually 2. So m is greater than 2.